Hey friends, this is Kim. I am taking over Hometalk's Facebook Live feed for a few minutes to show you a fun craft that we're going to do today. When I'm not here, I blog over at Hunt and Host, where I do lots of thrifty DIY makeovers. So if you like this, I would love it if you'd pop over and check out the blog or my Facebook page. Just let me know. But today we're going to do something fun with something you guys probably have in your cabinet. And if you don't, it is a garage sale thrift store staple, okay? So it's a wooden salad bowl. This is a small one. This is like a little salad bowl, but you can do the big ones. Any size will work. And before anybody gets really upset with me, I know there are some fancy salad bowls out there that are collector's items and things like that. These are not those. These are just cheap. I think this cost me 50 cents at a garage sale. It's not a name brand or anything like that. But we're going to start off with putting a little bit of painter's tape. This is a little tip for you guys. On the sides of this bowl, because I'm going to drill. And sometimes when you put painter's tape on the wood before you drill, it will actually help the wood not splinter. So while I'm getting ready to do this, I want to hear where you guys are coming from, or watching from, I'm sorry. I'm down in Texas, so let me know where you are. It's always fun for me to hear where everybody's tuning in from. Sometimes we get people all over the world, like Australia and stuff like that. It's crazy. So my daughter May is videoing. She's going to let me know what pops up. So you guys, let me know you're here. Send me a heart or a like or something just to know I'm not talking to myself. And let me know where you're tuning in from. May, is anybody coming in?
We have a couple people from Florida.
Oh, yeah. Sunny Florida.
Utah and New Jersey.
Oh, sweet. All over the United States. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 holes, okay? So it's going to take me a second. I have a pretty fat drill bit. I don't know exactly how big it is to tell you. But I'm just going to go through the side. Pretty easy. If y'all are not good with power tools, really, a drill is a great place to start. So much fun. You can do so much stuff with a drill. Okay, so we're going to make 2 holes. And they need to be, you know, equally spaced from the top. You want them to look nice and neat. And I'll show you what they're going to be for in a sec. If you're just tuning in, we are doctoring up a salad bowl. If you have a wooden salad bowl in your cabinet and you always think, oh, I'm going to use that, and you never do because that's how I am. I don't ever use it to actually serve food in. Who would do that, right? Where else are people coming in from?
South Carolina.
Love the Carolinas.
A couple more Floridas and New Jerseys.
Lots of Florida and New Jersey. Okay, can you see that, May?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and I actually really want to match it, okay? So, this is kind of a crazy, you know, kitchen project. I want y'all to have a chance to win a Hometalk tote bag, so what you're going to do if you are interested in winning a prize, or just telling me anyway, is make sure you share this video with your friends on Facebook, and then tell me, have y'all ever done any fun DIYs with kitchen stuff? Because I have a couple of things that I've done with kitchen, like utensils or just stuff that you find in your kitchen cabinets. I want to hear your fun ideas because it might be something I want to try. So May, let me know what people say because they're going to be entered for a chance to win a tote bag. We'll let you know in a minute who wins the tote bag. But just go ahead and share this fun DIY and let me know what cool stuff y'all have done so I can maybe copy it because we're all here to learn how to do fun stuff, right? Anybody piping in on what they've done?
We have a couple from Australia and Canada.
Yeah, and what have they done? Oh, anybody telling me what any fun DIYs? Look, I'm just using this tape as like a little measurement to see how far apart my handles are. Do you see how I'm just marking that with my finger? And then I'm just going to mark it with my finger. It's like the cheater way to just make these even real quick without getting a tape measure out and all that stuff. So,
you can make wind chimes out of old spoons and forks.
That's pretty. I need to do that. We need some new wind chimes. Maybe we'll need to do that this summer. That would be a great idea.
People have been painting their cutting boards, their old cutting boards.
Oh, I like that. I like to find those at garage sales. Cutting boards are fun garage sale items. Okay, so we have, and I don't have sandpaper with me right this second, but you might want to sand down those little spots, okay? So look, really easy. We just drilled some holes. You'll see what they're for in a little bit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paint the outside of this bowl. And I'm going to give y'all a little tip, okay? So everybody always asks me, what do I use to paint furniture with and all kinds of stuff. So this is an old spaghetti jar that I just use. This is my trick, but this is the touch-up paint that's left over from our house when we remodeled it. And this is one of my favorite colors. It's Sherwin-Williams. It's called Pearly White. And I always keep it in a jar so that it's really easy to just grab and do touch-ups with. But I also make my own chalky kind of paint with it. So that's what I've done today. And here's my trick. This is how I make chalk paint. Plaster of Paris. Okay, there's a lot of different recipes out there. This is the one I use all the time. I use it with just different latex paints that I have left over from projects. If you have little tubs of the cream coat or the acrylic paint, and you just want to do a small batch to do something like this, you can just mix it up in a little cup. And really, it's simple. You just take the paint, you add a little bit of the powder, like maybe a teaspoonful or two, just depending on how much paint you have. And then you're going to add some water, and you're going to get it back down to the regular paint consistency, like this. See? Goes on kind of thick. It's great coverage. It's going to harden. Okay, so the reason I put the plaster of Paris in it is there's no prepping. I didn't have to sand this bowl. You know, just make sure your surface is clean, and then go ahead and paint away. And then you'll see that you don't even have to do much else. You can sand in between coats if you want to do 2 coats. You can do a light sanding with like maybe a 200 grit sandpaper, and that'll kind of knock down the plaster and give you a smooth surface to work with for your second coat. But then once you are done, this paint sort of cures within the next, I don't know, week or two, and it just hardens up, and so it's a little bit more high traffic resistant if you have it on furniture and stuff like that. So it's really easy to paint with, and it's just way more durable than if I were to just leave this regular latex paint. It dries pretty quick too, so that's kind of nice, because we'll do a little something else while we're waiting on this to dry to get this little bowl ready. And obviously, you guys could paint this bowl any color that you wanted to. I'm going to show you a finished one in a minute that's different than this one we're working on. That's a different color. So I'm just going to let that dry right there. And that's our paint. So anybody have questions about chalk paint? Do you make your own? You guys let me know if y'all have want any tips on that, because it's really easy. I'm in my paint pants today. You can see I've been painting all day, different stuff, and I've had a horrible DIY day. It's been a total crazy failure DIY day. I hate that. Do y'all ever have those days? Oh. All right, so does anybody have any questions so far about what we're doing with our salad bowl? Anybody have any guesses on what we're making? Anybody? Is anybody sharing and telling us what they make from kitchen utensils, May?
People have painted their mason jars and plates.
Yeah.
One person made a light fixture out of an old cheese grater.
Oh, I bet that's cute.
That's it.
That's it so far. All right, here's another trick I have. This is my talk about mason jars. I just have a hole poked in the top. I keep this filled with a big old spool of jute twine that I use on all kinds of stuff. Wrapping presents. I use it for accessories, all kinds of stuff. So I'm getting 2 lengths of the jute, okay, that are equal. We're going to start with, so then I'm going to put it into thirds. I know that sounds confusing, but it's not really. So just 3s. So I have 3 strands of equal length. Okay. And then I'm going to tie a knot on one end. All right, where's everybody else coming from, May? Anybody have anything fun to tell me?
We had somebody from Brazil South Africa.
South Africa, that's so cool. I want to go there so
Peru.
bad. No. My daughter is dying to go to Peru, you guys. I want to go to Africa. She wants to go to Peru. You'll have to let us know. That's so fun. Okay, so I have a little knot, and we're going to braid, just like you braid hair.
People are starting to guess that what you're making is going to be a bird feeder or a plant holder.
One of those might be right. It's going to be not a bird feeder, although the one I made before I did have outside for a while, but this one probably will go, I don't know, in the kitchen. What do you think, May? This is just a fun project, you guys. You can do it on a wooden bowl. You can do it on a pan. I mean, you could really do just about anything. So, okay. We're going to braid both of these. And I'm just going to leave it right here for right now because we have to wait for the paint to dry. So, I'm going to get this one and do the same thing. All right, so tell me if you guys make your own chalk paint at home. I want to see a heart. And if you haven't, but after that recipe tutorial, you're gonna give me a thumbs up. I want to know who's gonna try it or who already does it.
We have a couple of hearts coming.
Yay!
Ooh,
there's so many
thumbs up.
Lots of thumbs up. There's so many good chalk paints on the products available. You know that you don't have to make your own. But I'm really, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm cheap, but I'm very fiscally responsible, so I make my own a lot. Plus, I like to use the paint that I have, and like I said, this was my house paint, and so it just kind of blends everything. I don't have to buy anything new. I just use what I have, and it all kind of works together, and so that is the main reason I do it, just to keep everything cohesive.
Do you think you could repeat the recipe for the paint?
Yes. So I don't have an exact recipe. You can look them up online. But I will still say, even if you look up a recipe online, it's exactly like a cooking recipe. You're going to have to tweak it. So sometimes the paint you use is going to be thicker or thinner, and it does depend on the paint that you use. But if I was going to use, I mean, a lot of times I get like a red cup and I'll put about this much paint in, and then I'll put I use a plastic spoon, and I just get it out of my tub, and I'll do about 1 to 2 heaping teaspoons of the plaster of Paris, and I'll start to mix it up, and then I just run it under the water to make sure it gets back into the normal paint consistency. And if you let it sit for a second, it's going to kind of thicken up a little bit, so you may have to add a little more water. And if you add too much water and it gets way too runny, just add a little more plaster of Paris. So it's just a give and take with the plaster and the water to get the right consistency. Or you can add in a little more paint. But you want it to be kind of smooth, maybe like sour cream consistency. Does that help? Does that make sense? And I know different people use different things, but that's the product that I use and that I like the most. Okay, so we've done that. Now, our little bowl is still kind of wet, but that's okay. We're just gonna, and it actually really could use a second coat of the, but I'm not gonna do that right now for the sake of time. And then, look, I like to leave the inside wood color just because I think it's pretty. So, here we go.
Can you use chalk paint, the one that you made on glass?
Yes, you can use it on just about anything, you guys. It really does. You can paint mason jars with it. You can furniture wood. You can put it on metal. The thing, like I said before, is it cures over the course of maybe a week or two. So sometimes, you know, I've painted furniture before and been like, oh, this is scratching, it's not great. But then if you just give it a little bit of time, it hardens, and you'll see that you can even hardly scratch it off at that point sometimes. So if you're trying to sand it to make it look, you know, kind of distressed, if you don't do it pretty quick after you paint, that stuff's hard, so it's kind of nice. All right, so you see I'm making a handle, okay, with my little braided jute. So go through the inside and then back out, and you kind of pull it through enough that you can tie a knot in this end. And I've got paint everywhere. Is anybody else a messy painter? Thumbs up on that if you are, because I'm a messy painter. You can tell by my clothes. Okay, so there we go. So we have one handle in.
We have a lot of thumbs coming in.
Does that mean a lot of people are going to try some chalky paint?
And they're messy with their paint.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not alone. You guys, if you have not tried your own chalk paint, you'll want to paint everything. And really, painting to me is just, it's the easiest way to transform the simplest stuff. It's so inexpensive. It's so easy to do. And once you kind of get used to it, you'll have so much fun with it. So don't be scared. You know, paint, I know it seems permanent, but the truth is you can sand it off or you can get it off. So it's not the end of the world if you mess up. So no worries. Okay, so we are moving along. With our handles. Does anybody have any questions so far? You guys, remember, we're just transforming a little household salad bowl right now. Look how cute this is so far. Okay, so next we're going to get out the Mod Podge. Okay, has anybody used this? It's decoupage. What else would you call it? Mod Podge, decoupage, just glue. You could use Elmer's glue if you wanted to. But I obviously use this kind of stuff a lot, so I have the big, ginormous tub of it. Oh, my lid's sticking. Yucky. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pour some on a plate. You could do it on a little plate or bowl. So I have a length, again, of jute. And this is about, probably for this one, it's about 15 inches, but this is where your creativity comes into play. Okay, so we're just going to get this all the way gooey. And this dries clear, so, you know, don't worry about it. You're going to be messy. I can't help it. That's why I wear my messy paint pants, so I can get even messier. See, who says adults can't have fun? Huh. My sweet daughter is messy. She likes to get messy too, don't you, honey?
Yes.
It's fun. All right, do we have any questions? Any questions on the paint? Any questions on how to use a drill or on jute or on Mod Podge or anything? I'm trying to do this backwards where y'all can see, so bear with me because I'm doing this upside down and backwards. So we're going to just put a cute little decoration on here, okay? So I'm going to start, and you kind of want to have it, you know, not ooey gooey dripping wet, but you're going to kind of get it gooey.
So you get the holes by drilling, right?
Yes, I used a drill, and I can show you in a minute again whenever I'm done with this, because I have like kind of a fat drill bit. Okay, so can you see this? We're starting here, and look, we're just going to make this little swirl with the jute, and then we're going to just come over here and do the same thing, but I don't know if you can see. Can you see my hands, May?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm kind of winding it up. This is one of the parts you're just going to have to play around with to get it how you like. And it would be a whole lot cooler if this paint was super dry, but okay, so once you kind of get it in there, just rub it around with your fingers and rub some on the, believe it or not, this will stick. It'll stay.
Can you put paper and fringe on your bowl if you want to?
You can do whatever you want. That is what's awesome about DIY. Okay, so you see that cuteness right there? So, I mean, I was thinking about different things you could do with this. You could do, if you had a bigger bowl, you could just line like the outside rim, do a couple rows, be kind of a little bit nautical. You could make a striped pattern on it. But jute and white to me is so pretty, and it's just so clean, and it's fun for summer, but you can really do anything. So what now that we have that part done, I'm going to show you. Here's the bigger one that I had done before. Okay, so look, this one's obviously much larger, and it's yellow, but I did the same concept. On my braids on this one, I don't know, see, I doubled up the jute, so I did 2 strands. So I had 6 strands total, and I braided 2 and 2 and 2 together. So if that makes sense. And so those are a little heftier just to match the scale of the bowl. And then I just did 2 different swirlies. You can do them. And I didn't do one on this side. You can do whatever. So when I first made this, I'm on the succulent bandwagon. I like them. And I planted them in here, and people had lots of questions. And so I'm going to show you guys. You can get these little liners for like $1 or $2 at your big box hardware store in the outdoor department where all the plants are. And then you just can kind of cradle that in there, pull these little handles over it, and it fits just great. Just measure your bowl before you go to the store so you know it fits, what size you need. And then you kind of proof your bowl, because obviously wood will rot if you have water sitting in it. So when I had succulents in here before, I just put a little pea gravel in there, and then put good soil, and I had a whole terrarium thing going, and it really did last for a while. And then I put it, we have a guest house, and I stuck it in the guest house, and I forgot it was there, and then I killed it. So that happened. But I like succulents because they're pretty easy to keep. So, but I'm cheating this time. Okay, guys? So I'm taking my little bowl, and I'm going to take the pea gravel again. I got it from our yard. We have a ton. And I think this is just a cute little look. I like this little earthy tone situation we have going on here. And then these are from the dollar store. And I like these little things they came in. I really didn't want them in a container, but that's all they had. So I'm just popping them out of here. I already kind of twisted them out because I don't really want that. So, ta-da. And I have a few more. But if you wanted to, you could easily do the real deal. And I have some succulents in my house, and they're alive, and I've kept them alive for a really long time. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I hardly water them. I think that's the key. Does anybody else have succulents? Do y'all have good tips on how to keep real succulents alive? Because I would love to hear those. I need all the tips I can get, because I want to have some more succulents. But any tips coming in that I need to follow, May?
No, not yet.
Okay. So there is seriously can you even tell this was a salad bowl? I mean, how precious is that? This little guy. He's so cute. I love it. So, like I said, probably after I'm done here, I'll go over the paint a little bit more just to make it a little sturdier. I was kind of in a hurry to get this to you guys. But what do you think? Did you see this coming? Anybody with their salad bowl? Is anybody going to try to make one? I want to hear.
A lot of people are going to try some.
So it's really cute, don't y'all think? And I love that you can do, I mean, seriously, ginormous ones, little ones, whatever you've got going on. And if you see, you know, other wooden boxes or anything like that, I always think it's fun to throw a handle on it and make it look really different than what it looked like before. So I don't know if we have a winner. I think that Hometalk was going to pick a winner and let us know who won the new Hometalk tote. But you guys, I am so glad you hung out with me today. And once again, my name's Kim. I blog at Hunt and Host. You guys are welcome to come and see more fun stuff like this. This is another project that I've done over here from, if anybody can guess what this is an enamel pot lid that I made into a tray. So I have tons of fun stuff like that if you want to come over to the blog and see. Do we have a winner yet, May? Do we know who won the tote?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay, well, I think they're going to announce Be sure to share this project and let us know what other kitchen stuff that you've worked with. And you guys be sure that tomorrow Hometalk is going to have more Facebook Lives with fun projects. The first one will start at 1 o'clock Eastern. And so be sure to tune in then and see what else fun we have to make. Does anybody have any other questions? Anything coming in, May? No?
Congrats to Connie Johnson.
Connie Johnson. Yay, Connie. You're the winner of the Hometalk tote. Hometalk will be reaching out to you shortly through Facebook to get your information. So you guys, if you have any questions, just write them down. I'll read the comments. And thank you for sticking around and watching this fun DIY succulent planner for you out of your kitchen salad bowls. Y'all have fun making this week, okay? Bye.